Hi, everybody, and welcome to the very first Comeback King Enterprises. Oh, man, message around something that we believe is so powerful, something we believe is necessary today now more than ever. Fellas out there that have hidden behind success, hidden behind libations, we call them nowadays, hidden behind just a little numbness, always a little numb. Unable to get beyond the emotional wounds that still, when we're all quiet, when we're by ourselves, and the world just keeps spinning. We keep doing the same things over and over again, living in that insanity of emotional distress, living in that insanity of spiritual distress because we don't like what we're doing, right? We don't like the results of what we're doing. Yes, on the outside, everything looks good, man. I mean, we feel like our world couldn't get any better. But like I said, when the lights are off and the music's off, we're all by ourselves. How are you then? Oh, man, I can tell you I've done it, told it to you many times. Look, that thinking, those emotional wounds, unsolved, the spiritual decay around that, man, sooner or later, it's going to come out. Sooner or later, it's going to show up in areas that you think you got covered. Sooner or later, you're just going to have to either surrender or let life just kick you in your butt until you give up. Listen, my name is Geoffory Tyson, and I'm known as the Comeback King, founder of Comeback King Enterprises and host of Conversations with Jeff. And I want to announce a new opportunity for you folks out there, you men, and listen, ladies, I haven't forgotten you. Look, I work with a lot of ladies over the years, and what I'm finding is that, man, oh boy, we need to be better men. We need to be better leaders. We need to be vulnerable. We need to be able to connect with you on levels we haven't been able to reach. Some of us, not all of us, right? Some have figured it out. Some have been able to deal with their emotions from the beginning. Now I'm not that lucky one, right? But the lessons I went through and learned from that have prepared me over the last 30 years, right, of dealing with things that I didn't deal with before, facing life on life's terms. What I mean by that is setbacks, disappointments, discouraging outcomes, right? Just thinking that still shows up. We all have that stuff. All those things that are running around in life. But there is a better way. And listen, anyone that's been around masterminds understands the power of the collective genius. Oh man, so now we're not talking about return on investment so much. We're not talking about scaling a business. We're talking about saving our lives. We're talking about peeling off the mask. We're talking about getting to the root cause of the behaviors. And yes, they do show up. No matter how successful you are, they do show up in your leadership. They do show up in your integrity. They do show up in your ability to be vulnerable, which is so important. Oh man, vulnerability is lined up with authenticity. Boy, spiritually, he even says, man, and that opens up the gate for God to work in you like ways you've never imagined. For those of you that believe in God and for those of you that believe in the Spirit, I believe it's the same thing. Whoever you got that you're following, when you get out of the way and you drop your guard and you ask for help, like the child. Like there was a message around, I don't know if I'm going to get it right, earlier today in our devotion, my wife and I, and it talked about the child, the gift of the child, and how a child is so free to give up the power to the parent, so free to seek knowledge from the parent, so free to feel vulnerable around the parent because they don't understand all the other things that adults grow to understand, that adults grow to hide behind, right? The masculinity as a man or the success. I talk about it all the time. You guys know what I'm talking about. And it said, man, that if the sooner we are able to really just say, okay, like I did, man, whatever I've been doing is not working. This stuff has got to change. What's up, boss? These things have to change, and they have to change now because I can't take it anymore, right? And it was a tough time, and tonight I'm not going to go into that, but I want you to know I'm qualified to come here and tell you tonight that there is a better way. And the insanity doesn't have to always be the way it is for you right now. And if you are really, ladies, you probably got some guys that you know you might even be married to one. Oh, ooh-wee. It's time to change, right? Fellas, burn the suit, save the soul. The mask must come off. And listen, this mastermind is about unapologetic return to purpose, power, and peace, baby. The calm and the peace that you don't have right now. I don't care who you are. If you haven't decided to say, okay, the mask have to come off and you're still trying to hold the mask up and you're still just getting your butt wore out over, right? Carrying the ball, put it down. Surrender. There's power in surrender. There's power in authenticity. So I encourage you, the information on the mastermind, the kickoff mastermind that we have is in less than 2 weeks, right? Look at it, go through it. If you qualify, raise your hand, DM me, and also set up an appointment. It's a one-on-one call that we have to make just to see if it's something that fits for you, right? Because everybody's not ready. You got to be ready, man. You got to be wore out, right? You just need to understand that what you're doing is wrong and you really haven't been successful at it. You know how much success, how many cars you have, how many houses you buy, how many ladies you have. Yeah, I said that. How many girlfriends you have or mistresses or whatever that craziness is that's going on, because that's what happens. That's what happens when we're losing control. Sooner or later, things start to pop out, right? You're not as sharp as you used to be, or you're physically having some weird elements. Like for me, you know, I had a little alopecia when I was out in New York, living my life, and all of a sudden I had this little round circle in my head, and it grew back with white hair, like a little straight white hair. So I'm like, the heck? What is that? Right? And so then I go to the doc, and they tell me, and they say, well, sir, and then this is the question. Are you under any stress? Is there anything that's really bothering you? And, you know, I'm like, well, that's impossible. There's nothing wrong with me. You know, I used to be that guy where, like a duck in the water, you know, ducks move around so smoothly. Everybody, you've heard the story, but underneath they're moving frantically, and I'm just spinning in a circle of insanity in my life, right? Man, guys, are you hearing me? So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this thing is for real, right? 10 folks. We're going to come in there. We're going to spend a few hours together and work on some key things, kick this thing off and go through the rest of 2025, taking down the walls, getting to the root cause of what's really going on, become better people to ourselves, better leaders at home, on the job, in the community, and being vulnerable, being willing to be humble enough to say, hey, I am sorry. I need help. I don't have all the answers. Ooh, by the way, I can see why some of my behaviors that I'm living by now were because of some things that happened that I never fixed, I never resolved. Those unhealed emotional wounds, those spiritual whoopings that you get. And what I mean by spiritually, you know, if you're doing something that you don't like to do, but you keep doing it because you don't know how to stop, or you're doing it because it's something that halfway you enjoy, but you really know it's wrong. Right? Hey, look, man, I put it out there. I can listen. When it came to relationships, I was terrible. I had no idea how a real, honest relationship was. I thought I did. I thought I had all the answers. As long as it was something that satisfied what I wanted, though, right? I mean, all that stuff we talk about. So anyway, listen. Read the information, DM me, set up an appointment. You know, I'm probably going to take appointments up to next Monday because the event is on the 14th, right? And you want the details, you're ready to do some work, and you know I'm talking to you. Because everybody, it's something to say for everybody, but there's some people out there. And ladies, you probably have one. You might even be married to one of them. Or you're wanting to marry one of them, or you know your sibling or somebody who is really genuinely deep down inside of all of that grief and pain that they've been stuffing and failures and whatever it is that's in there, are good people. that have a heart and want a relationship like my parents had until my mom passed at 44. And I told the story about when she was diagnosed with cancer, and I'm coming into the room, and my siblings are there, and I'm child. I just got in, and hospitals are big, and so I could see them sitting along on the wall there, and I look at my mom on one side, and I look down at the foot of the bed, and my pops is painting her toenails. And Pops is a man's man, baby. Listen, right? And I'm thinking, man, that's all I want. I had no idea how to get that. I had to get one with myself first. One relationship with myself first. And that took some time. I'll never forget that moment. And he was happy and he was proud and Mom was sick. So when are you going to be in a position to where you are painting the nails of the woman that you want? No matter what it is that you have to feel, you feel it. No matter what it is you need to say, you say it. No matter what has stumbled up that is blocking you from your blessings, keeping you from being the authentic, real person you need to be. It's time to peel the mask off. It's time to get busy. So read the information, get set up, and hey, I'll talk to you soon. So welcome to Comeback King Enterprises. We're looking forward to working with you. As I say in Conversations with Jeff, don't let nothing stop you from reaching your destiny. You shall not be denied, especially the emotional blocks that you have not solved. All right, baby. Share this information with everybody that you know. I'll be back tomorrow. Time to change. The insanity has to stop. I'm out. Take care.